Howdy! It's Sunny with Demi. Today I come to you with a silly little tutorial on one of the most loved and simultaneously hated parts of the human body. Namely, hands. These little goofy looking things that we have. So, yeah. Now, ideally, speaking ideally, I would be sitting behind you, holding your hand gently and guiding your pen on the paper so that you can draw it better. That's the best way to learn, through having someone there personally, sitting next to you, behind you, guiding you, like in that one scene in Ghost. However, our relationship is strictly a parasocial one. And even if Sunny Badummy, wanted to, just come on out of your screen, even if that was a possibility, even if that was on the table, I am afraid to inform you that I do not like social interactions in real life. And I would honestly prefer if everyone could stay away from me. At least give me like a 5-foot bubble of personal space. That's all I ask for. But, enough about me. Without any further ado, let's get into this tutorial. So yeah. Point number 1. You need to have the correct mindset when you're drawing hands. You can't be going around being afraid of hands or trying to avoid hands at all costs. You can't be like those newbie artists that are always drawing their characters with their hands behind their back like they're being held hostage. We're not doing that. You need to have a better mindset. You need that Sigma mindset. Only goes to the gym and listens to funk mindset. You need that. Because when you think about it, hands, they're two things, but they're also the same thing but mirrored. So if you learn how to draw one hand, you basically know how to draw the other one. You're golden. You're set for life. Look, I'm gonna show you right now, right here, right now. I'll show you. We have, this is how you draw a hand. You have a circle, then you add a little thumb, and that's your hand. You add, there you go, 1, 2, 3, 4 fingies, and then a thumb. That's like the standard. And then you have the little arm that comes here. Now you have a hand. You duplicate it. You go here, flipped it the wrong way. You flip it, boom. Sunny just solved all your problems. No, but for real now. The easiest way to do this type of stuff is just if you have two hands that are going to be doing the exact same thing, just draw and flip. Easiest thing you can do. However, if you have, let's say, two hands that are interacting, I don't know what they could be doing. This is without any reference. So let's say that you have these hands and they're interlocking. Okay? You know that there's something going on here. But if you don't see it, it doesn't exist. I personally, when I draw and I'm using references, I like to use the flat earther method, which is if I don't see it on the reference, it does not exist. I'm not going to worry about it. I know that there is a palm here But if I don't see it, it's not my problem. And I'm not going to worry about that. Draw what you see, not what you know is there. If that makes sense. If you don't see this part of the palm that is supposed to be over here, she's not real. She does not exist. And that's the type of mindset that you should have when you're drawing, especially if you're doing it from references. If you know that there's a continuation of the palm here, that it's just not folded, but you know what I mean. But if you don't see it, this is the shape that you got. And then the little finger just continues there. So just have that type of mindset and you're gonna be good. It's gonna be way easier for you to actually break this down, because when you're drawing hands, it's about breaking it down into shapes. Now, here's the thing with me. A lot of these artists that are professionally trained, they're gonna tell you, hey, look, you're going to take the hand and you're going to divide it into these triangle shapes so that you have it all down. You know, you're gonna do your little triangle shapes. I don't know how it works. I know that it's a method that a lot of people use and that they live by, but for me, when I'm looking at these hands, which by the way, these are mine, when I'm looking at hands and I'm thinking about ways to break it down into simple shapes, I don't see triangles. Because, like, yeah, maybe this part has a triangle shape to it. But otherwise, when you look at it, the hand is fairly square. And when it comes to the fingers, they're very pillowy shaped, I'd like to say. Like, if I were to draw what I think a finger looks like, I'm gonna go for this little pillowy shape. And that already looks way more like a finger than if I were to make this triangle. And then line it up. Like, you know, what looks more like a finger to you right now? This or this? My opinion. Like, already off the bat, this one looks so much more like a finger. And it's gonna make your life so much easier if you do that instead of the triangle method. Drawing is subjective, and different methods work for different people. This is what works for me. If you wanna break your hands up into triangles, do that. But it's not what I'm gonna be doing in this little tutorial thing. So, we're gonna look at my hands here. Generally speaking, the palm of the hand is gonna be this square shape, followed by this triangle. And there's gonna be like this little bump here, and then you're gonna have your fingers. The main fingers, the point finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, they have three, I know the word for this, but let's call them bendy parts, okay? They have three little bendy parts. Thumb has two of them, because technically you have, this one goes here, then 1, 2, 3, but you only see two. So that's the 2. And that's basically the hand outline. Then the arm goes, you know, here. You also have a little skin. Remember that you have like this little webbing on your fingers, and that should also be drawn for the extra little realism. When it comes to this webbing that you have between your fingers, just remember that like, if you look at your hand, if you look at it from the top, you're gonna see the webbing here. And if you look at it from the bottom, as in you're looking at the palm of your hand, you're not really going to see that webbing at all. It's there, and it's not going, your hand isn't going to be going as deep because it ends here, basically. But that's what you need to keep in mind, especially if you want your hands to look realistic, basically. And this is, I feel like it was a bad idea using my own hands as reference, but I genuinely did not want to search for other reference images. But fingers have like different shapes. If you look at your hand, odds are it's not going to look like mine. So I think that adding different shapes to hands, like the fingers, is gonna give whatever you're drawing a lot of personality. For me, since I look at my hands mainly when I draw characters, I tend to draw characters with crooked fingers because my fingers they're crooked as hell. This is like an entire, like, you can plot this out on a graph. So if you want your hands to be looking more unique, then you can add you can just add little dents and stuff. Little imperfections make art so much more interesting, in my opinion. Freehanding this. So just do that. Yeah, don't make them completely straight. If you're drawing an older character that might have like joint problems, that was the word I was looking for, joints, you can make the joints of the fingers a little thicker, like this, just to show that, oh, they have issues there, or this person is very skinny, so they have like these bony fingers. Same goes for if you have a person that is chubbier, then they have like, wider hands or chubbier fingers. When you're drawing a person like that, then you should use more soft lines. Like when you're drawing a person that is more slender, their fingers are gonna be more slender, obviously. But if you're drawing someone that's a little chubbier, or maybe a baby, because babies have, like, you've seen a baby's hand, probably. You've seen a baby's hand, probably. You know that they're way more defined in this area. Like, they're more pillowy, if that makes sense. They look squishier. They have more stuff going on. So this is just from what I've seen. But even then, if you're drawing a chubbier character, hands don't change that much in shape. But that's just what I've seen. I feel like this is a very good place to tell you that I have never stepped foot into an art school. Never gone to art school. I'm a little scared of people that go to art school in my country. I'm a little scared of people that go to art school, so I never went there. So take my words with a grain of salt. I'm very bad at explaining myself, at explaining what I do and what I do and why I do it. But these are just some tips, a little tutorial, if you might. break stuff up. And then, you know how you draw foreground, midground, and background? You can basically go by the same principle when it comes to hands. Again, take my words with a grain of salt. So for an example here, in this image, we have a clear, this is in the back, so this should be drawn with a little skinnier brush just to show, oh, this is further back. This here is the midground, and luckily I have my ring on so it breaks it up a little bit to show. And then we have the foreground-ish. So we divide it, we just go and split it up in a very nice, cool way. So, if you're going to split this one up into parts, we're going to have this, this, basically that. Then you have this little fatty area. Here we have this triangle. Then you bring first pillow, second pillow. Likewise here. 1, 2, 3. Notice how there are little. Oh, it's a tendon. It's a tendon now. There you go. There's some. This one, you can't really see what's there, so you just go down directly. Ring. But yeah, as I said, divide your workload. Realize if you can draw one hand, you can draw the other one. It's no stress. Remember, little creases on your hands. Nails, they exist. Draw them. Cuticle area exists. Draw it. Probably, maybe. If you want to be extra edgy, you can have little broken cuticles. Cause silly. Shapes. Divide the hand into the shapes that you see. If you see a triangle here, draw that. Don't force yourself to break stuff up in a specific way just because you have been told that you should do it. If you don't see triangles where you're supposed to break it up, don't break it up into triangles. Do your thing. If that's how you see a fist as these triangles, perfect. That's what you've got. That's what you're gonna do. Break it up into shapes that you see, and then you have a hand. Also, folds. Remember them. Yeah, that's it. I'm really sorry for not being able to explain hands in an effective way. I don't know what made anyone think that I was good at hands. Personally, I don't think so. But yeah, I hope that it was semi-helpful. If there are any questions, Google them. Don't ask me. But yeah, that's everything for this video, I think. Be safe and don't be a stranger. Peace.